When we were kids, we all loved those movies only the bigger boys and girls were allowed to see. Why was that? Could it be all the goddamn toys?
Alien invasion problem? Send in the Marines!
Aliens! Send in the Marines!
I'm Harvey Retro and this is my R-rated movie toys for kids top 5 on Retro Saturday Rewind. Hello there and welcome to the Enigmatic Productions channel, and today we've got another action-packed top 5 for you. In the 80s and 90s I was always fascinated by violent action and horror movies that I wasn't allowed to see. I think most of us saw some of those movies too young. I remember a corner shop that allowed my friend and I to rent Candyman and Basic Instinct when we were about 12 years old. Absolutely crazy. Was it the TV adverts that hooked us in, the rental shops with huge posters and cutouts, or was it the toys? To be honest, it was probably all of the above, but today, let's focus on the toys. For daily movie, music and gaming nostalgia, follow me over on Instagram. Enjoying this video? Show your support by hitting that thumbs up, subscribe and notification bell. Number 5.
There's no waking up.
We're kicking off with a corker, a flippin' Freddy Krueger doll. Who would have thought that an evil supernatural serial killer that murders you in your dreams would be a hit with children? But there was a talking Freddy Krueger doll by Matchbox that said lines like, "Welcome to Elm Street, pleasant dreams," and "Ah!" Personally, I don't get this at all. I love Freddy now, but he scared the life out of me when I was a kid. I wouldn't have a talking doll, a dress-up doll, or even a frickin' yo-yo anywhere near me. Number 4. In the early 90s, when the Ninja Turtles were huge, everyone was jumping on the mutant hero bandwagon. But the strangest and most controversial choice was a toy line based on the Trauma movie, The Toxic Avenger. This was a movie with a strong sexual content and intense violence. Toxic Crusaders was an animated series that ran for 13 episodes in 1991 and was considerably tamer than the movie it was based on, but still contained quite a bit of adult humour that went over kids' heads.
The evil alien who wants to pollute the whole world. He's gonna smogify every tree in Traumaville. But look who's gonna stop him. It's Toxie.
The toys by Playmates, the same company that made the Ninja Turtle toys, were very striking with bright neon colours and glow-in-the-dark accessories. I had the main character Toxie and I remember it being one of my favourite figures at the time. Don't know why I loved it so much. Maybe it was the tagline.
But they still get girls.
Number 3.
Unstoppable! But we're gonna stop them anyway!
Similar to my Freddy Krueger pick, Aliens was another franchise that had toys, but I never owned them because Aliens scared the hell out of me too. As they should. In 1992, Kenner produced its first line of Alien toys, including Lieutenant Ripley, Bishop the Android, Hicks and other Marines, but they also introduced some weird aliens into the franchise, like the Scorpion, Bull and Gorilla Alien. Number 2.
No, you are under arrest.
You better back up, pal!
Your move, creep.
We couldn't have this list without including RoboCop. He's possibly the most popular character based on an R-rated movie ever. Kids love RoboCop, and it was definitely one of those movies we found a way of seeing before we should have done. Which scene shocked you the most as a kid? Murphy's death? Or Ed 209 blasting that poor guy into pasta sauce? Let me know in the comments. The RoboCop and Ultra Police toys by Kenner were absolutely great. The crazy thing about this one is that I remember seeing these hanging up in Toys R Us way before I knew the animated series was a thing. So as far as I was concerned, these were based on the movies, and it felt a little naughty owning them. It was a fantastic feeling. Of course, you would end up admitting you knew everything about RoboCop while playing and get into trouble with your parents when they knew you'd seen the movie somehow. How do you know so much about men getting shot into red paste? A friend told me? You never got away with it, did you? The coolest thing I remember about these toys was the vehicles all had a metallic blue piece on them that was supposed to be heavy armour. Kids are like magpies, we love shiny things. Robocop's car had a shiny blue bonnet or hood to all my friends in the US, and that car was one of the best things in my collection back then. Here it is, number 1. Dun 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 dun. You guessed it, Terminator 2 Judgment Day figures. Wins, hands down. Other than the Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters, T2 figures are probably my favourite toys of all time. These figures by Kenner were so good. The sculpts were very detailed and they had an excellent likeness to the actors. The only 2 figures I had from the series were the Battle Damaged Terminator and the Power Arm Terminator. Both are great, but I definitely preferred the Power Arm Terminator. I think this was because this figure looked the closest to how Arnold looked in the movie. The Battle Damaged one had a torso that flew off. A cool feature, but it would fly off accidentally all the time when you were playing with it, which isn't ideal. There was one figure in the series that my friend Rob and I would always find hilarious. The Secret Weapon Terminator had a weapon hidden in its chest cavity, but the funny thing was, when it was revealed, it also revealed the Terminator metal face, but with the hair intact.
Man, I'm pretty.
I always wanted the John Connor figure with the motorbike, but never got it, but my friend Rob had it and I was super jealous. This movie was absolutely huge in '91. The marketing was insane. They even had Robert Patrick doing promos for rental shops, which is hilarious.
Hey, check this out. The biggest video of the year is here now.
So that was my list, but what did you guys think? I'll read some out from my Instagram now. Office Wave Music says, there was this really cool Terminator 2 toy line. They had this playset where you could pour pink goo in on a Terminator endoskeleton to give it skin that you could damage and peel off. Yes, I remember this. It was kind of like a big kit. It took a long time to mix up the skin like stuff. And you pour it in and you couldn't really get a good sort of figure out of it. It's just the whole process was kind of fun. But yeah, I do remember that. Rospace Monk says, I really enjoyed the Last Action Hero figures when I was a wee one. We got the one where Jack was wearing an overcoat and he burst out of it with his pistols in his hands. You could even get the Hamlet version of Jack too. My dad actually found the axe-swinging Ripper toy buried in the back garden not too long ago. He must have been buried for a good 25 years or so, I reckon. God, Last Action Hero figures were great. I didn't include them in this list because I think it was a PG-13 movie. It wasn't an R-rated movie, if I remember correctly. It's kind of one of those movies you think of as an R-rated movie because all the movies it's kind of based on are like R-rated, like cop movies and stuff. But no, I think it was PG-13, and I think it was either 15 in the UK because we didn't have PG-13 at the time. Okay, moving on. Mr. C says, the Alien action figures true to the H.R. Geiger techno-sexual design was disturbing, and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was insane as well. I remember seeing them as a kid not knowing it was a movie series. Yeah, the Alien figures were great, and as I said in my list, I had to put it on my list, but even though I didn't have any of the figures, I just thought they were too frightening. Even to own a toy, it just scared the life out of me. I didn't see the cartoon either. Just too frightening. And Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I never really saw the movies. I remember seeing the cartoon a little bit, but apparently it's aged pretty well, and and if you're watching it as an adult now, you get a lot of the sort of jokes that would have gone over kids' heads, and it's actually quite well put together, and it's a really good show, so worth checking out again, I think. The toys were really cool, but I'd never had any of them, so I didn't include them on this list. And that's about it for today. If you want to join in on the Instagram post and get your thoughts included in the video, follow me at Harvey_Retro and look out for a post about my video topics. You can also let me know what your favourites are right here in the comments. Okay then, take care guys, and I'll see you soon. Right, thanks for watching guys. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe. See you next time on Enigmatic Productions.